the deal, gang? How's everybody doing? Sorry, I was running late. It was my kid's graduation today. So, yeah, we graduated. She's been taking um college now classes, right? While she's still in school. So, we'll see if we can get her into college next year. Yeah, it was a kindergarten graduation. She just graduated kindergarten, but we'll see what happens. Yeah, chat. Yeah, pretty dope. Check this out, gang. Framed on the way. Look at that smile. You chillin'. She looked just like her daddy. Cheesing like my daddy. I'll put that like right. Shit. We's an educated family. We get educated. How do we sign into the clubhouse? I mean, there's a Discord link, just exclamation point Discord. But if you want to sign up for the actual clubhouse chat, or if you want to sign up for the Sunday Unfiltered, you got to join either Wix's table or the clubhouse here on YouTube. Or the Signals. Signals give you access to everything, too. You have 2 daughters, 1 son? No, I have 3 daughters. What the fuck? I am the clubhouse. All right. This morning was lovely moves down. You know what? I had one position this morning, and I saw more positions as I was on the road, and I really wanted to take this. I seen that the entire morning as this was happening. I'm like, fuck. Because, like, first of all, like, the signals won't get it if I do it off my phone, right? And second of all, like, I couldn't see left here, but it looked great on the, like, all of this just breaking down. Look, this morning was just like, shit, top wick, sell, top wick, sell, and then drop a time frame. You had the shit off the every 15 gave you a top wick, sell, top wick, sell, top wick, sell. Like, it was just, I was looking at it while I was driving. I was like, fuck this. I'm about to stop traffic. But no, I like, honestly, when I say I'm off and I'm done, and like I took that one trade, I ran out the house and it kept moving, and I was just like, I don't know why I was looking. I typically don't even look at the charts once I'm off, but I was looking at it and just can you explain top wick sell? Yeah, top wick, then sell. Capiche? You close below the range. Massively bearish candle. You have a bottom wick as a range. You get a top wick for orders. You flip. That's your cue to take a trade to fill the previous wick with the wick fill, which is the range. Same thing here, and it just kept doing that all morning, all New York session, until it pulled back up, and then it just ranged throughout. Anyway, let's clear this out. Let's look at the daily, which closed massively bearish. Oh, the daily closed below. Barely, but still below. So at some point today, the daily will flip, or should flip. If the daily doesn't flip today, tomorrow's bottom wick will fill this range. So sell's looking lovely based off the daily, but we also know that we need to get a top wick here on the daily. 4 hours. bullish. If this holds this resistance, we might be heading down the rest of the way to retest the lows here before making a decision. It's gonna get really interesting really quickly. We have level here. Perfect. So nice area above which we want to buy, right? Because this is where the market takes off from. But, how much range is this? This is small, huh? What is this? About 18, 20 pips of range. This is also a decent area to reject off of if we could find some resistance here. But if we find resistance where we're at right now and we are to head down, we're going to need a pretty steep bearish closure. So I would like to close. If we're going to hold resistance, I'd want to close in the previous range, right? So if we are to come down, ideally I'd want a closure below here. Actually, I'd want a closure below here. That's a pretty strong level there. If we are to take ourselves to there, we're going to need to drop down time frames. We're going to need to see a range 2 breakout. So let's zoom in, zoom out, right? On the smaller time frame, look for a range 2 breakout. We can say one right here, and we're going to have to form a range somewhere in between this area, I think, and this area, because yeah, it's the same thing. I don't see a range 2 breakout coming down here unless we're below here, and then we're going to need a top wick somewhere into this area. So for now, the way it looks, we should come up. We might not fly up, we might trickle up a bit just to get that top wick and, you know, create a steeper 4-hour. I mean, if this 4-hour closes bullish, the next 4 hours should come up even more. So let's wait. We need market to give us some volume. Volume will be a closure above this area, whether we are to come up or come down. We should retest these wick areas right here. Let's get these levels in here. I don't know why I'm watching a show about the Vancouver riots. What is? Oh, it's a 30 for 30. That's what it is. Well, Wix is on. I need to pause 30 for 30. Yeah. Daily flip. Yeah, okay, so no, daily hasn't flipped yet. Daily flip could take us down to support here. 15 pip range, right? So we're not really going to trade based on the daily flip. And if the daily flips right now, you have, like, this is the first few hours of the daily, so you literally have, right, another 20 hours in this daily candle, so it might flip and not drive and come back up and create a steeper top wick before eventually coming back down. So we're not going to trade it based off the daily. We're going to look for a smaller time frame move here. Interesting. Here's the thing. I'm looking to adjust this level because, right, we have this little area and it kind of upsets the flow here. If it closed over here, it would be perfect. But I don't want to break up above here and then reject off this area, like we didn't expect it, like we didn't see it was there, right? Nah, we see this shit. So, like, I think I'm gonna avoid trading into it, and it's gonna be above. This is what the level's gonna look like. We're gonna need a closure above there to take any buys or sells for that matter, not a closure. We're gonna need to tap this area here. Let's see if this 15 is gonna close bearish, which I believe it will, and we're gonna need a bottom wick on this 15 candle, which we don't have. And if we do get a bottom wick, it might show up in the form of the next 5-minute candle doing this, right? And then you want a top wick to retest these highs at the very least, because at these highs the market drove down. From there it just drove down, so you'd want to tap that area. If you can get a flip here, I would look for this. Something along the lines of this. This is a very similar move. Like it doesn't have to print exactly like this, right? It could print like this. It just has to tap these price points. So you have to get this closure below this area, right? And then you'd have to get yourself a top wick to reject off a level that you've driven down from. Yo, I'm at an all you can eat. Call me back later. Thumbnails are fire. Appreciate you. Thank you very much. Predictions for NHL and NBA finals? Yeah. Not New York. That's all I care about. It's not New York. First time on a Wix stream. Congrats. Eating these pips? That's right. Wait, you heard me. Did he say all you can? Yeah. Because that's what we're doing. We're feasting right here. There we go. Ike got the you know, got the hang of things here. Feasting on the markets. Beat me to the word. What else am I gonna call this? We're trading. I can't talk right now. Oh, what are you trading? Oh, can I get it? Nah, all you can eat. Look, bro, you either show up or you don't. If you ain't hungry, you ain't hungry. Right? Because when you tell people you're a janitor, they're not going to ask you about what kind of all-purpose, multi-purpose cleaner you're using to get the fucking streaks out of the linoleum flooring at the local high school. Ain't going to happen. They don't give a damn. But if you're trading, there's a whole shitload of questions that are following that revelation. So just avoid it. There's probably a whole bunch of advice that you don't need following it too. So. Bro, the streaks on linoleum. Yeah, I'm not speaking from experience. Wix Don's end stream yesterday was crazy. Why? What happened? I don't know. I didn't see a stream. Raja showed up? What happened? Yo, let's erase this out of here because right now it's irrelevant. What happened? Did we close above here? We barely did. Maybe a rebreak of the highs takes it to the top of the range here. I don't fucking trust it yet. The thing is, this is a strong area, 2330. So if we get there, like, right, are taking buys into that area, maybe if we had a steeper bottom wick off this support, okay, we're re-breaking the highs, we have enough order, like we've just driven through a couple of minor levels here in order to re-break that high, fine. But we have a bottom wick, previous candle, not really a top wick, indicating not much range. Us taking a buy here is very, very arbitrary. Probability of that is much lower than if we had grabbed a steeper bottom wick off a strong support level, or if we were above this range, right? If it looked like this or something, right? If that's how the levels look. But even with that, no top wick. But that's not the case. So we have to wait for the market to bounce off a strong area. Even if it doesn't bounce off of it, once it gets there, there's orders here, right? There's more orders here than there are here, or than there are here. There's orders here that are gonna make this move. And if you're getting that move after tapping your area, right? Let's say we were planning for sells and we don't have this area tapped yet. Okay. But we've tapped this area and then we're getting ourselves at this level. Then you're like, all right, this was strong. There's a lot of orders grabbed here. We should drive. We should, whatever gives you the direction, that's where we should head, right? But now your job is to figure out direction, right? The key is to have enough patience to wait out the markets to show you volume, right? And then have enough experience to be able to identify direction when that volume shows up. Goal. US just scored. Women's soccer all the way. Hearts. We just scored on Korea. Woohoo! Bro, been last couple lives taking your strat and the way you break down everything. It's really good and kind of fun, even though I doubted it at first. That's what's up. Turn doubters into believers. Turn the trolls into supporters. You watching cricket? I think it's more interesting probably than than this women's soccer over here. Well, no, let me not say that. Women's soccer is pretty interesting. Yeah, this, like, it's almost as good as the Special Olympics soccer. It's like, there's a lot of action. Anyway, US has the best team in the world? Yeah, in everything. Don ended his live stream so fast after watching some Asian guy explaining his strategy on how to make money on Forex. He was watching a video of himself. It's funny. Imagine how Twilight Zone-ish it might have felt. I think I know who you're talking about. It's like a really nerdy Asian guy. Short hair. I know who you're talking. I've seen those videos before. He got a heavy accent. Yeah, first time I heard him, I thought he was British. I thought he was speaking British, and then I was like, nah, he's just like, it's that Asian in him. That's that Asian in him. That's once you get that Oriental, you know what I'm saying? Easy to track, bro. Sweden be thick. Oh, they got some girth. Bro, there's no volatility around this time. Why the fuck you trading this time zone? I think a better question is, why the fuck Are you watching some guy trading in some in a no volatility time frame range zone, whatever you meant? I do me, you do you. But if we're gonna be intellectually honest here, then we would say that there's plenty of opportunities every single day on both New York and Asian. The North American session is the bread and butter, but that's not to say that the Asian session, you know, has no benefit, no value, or like it just, you know. If you look for opportunities, you will find them. Where's your panel? The Zoom gang? There's a lot of them. There's over 20 people in there. Thank you, Carly. Baba Yaga. Damn. That's from like Russian fairy tales. Damn. How you get that name, dog? What's your strategy? I'm needing both Forex in this channel. I mean, just it's Yaga. No, in Russian it's Yaga. In Russian, it's definitely Yaga. We message you to get Zoom link. No, you gotta either buy the signals, join Wix's table, or the clubhouse. Russian friends say Yaga? No. Yarmir is Yaga. Yaga is nothing. Yaga is something. Yaga! Yeah, don't try to ask me to explain the strategy. You got to be here for us to execute, because there's so many nuances. There's so many layers to what we do. I just like it's unexplainable in a sitting here and like in a split second. We would have to cancel this stream and like do a lesson. You know what I mean? No, just show up. Over time you'll pick up. You will pick up. All right, so can we re-break the high, fill the top of the range? We don't know. If we do, then we can start looking for opportunities. Until then, we are shit out of luck. When did the trade record start? 2022. No, I'm lying. The record, so we started streaming in 22, but the record is as of January 1st of 2023. So it's missing about 3 months worth of work, right? By the way, gang, I think June 20 something, June 26, I think was my first stream ever in 2022. So I think it's gonna be 2 years this month since I started streaming. Green was there for that whole ride. Damn, Green. When you moving over here? Took a long gold paper account. What's your spread? Careful, the spread might get you. I was new when you was new. New to streaming. We started trading a while. No. I started running the streams. I've been streaming with Don for 5 years. But running, the Asian session, running the session completely on my own. Like I used to get plenty of breakdowns for 5 years, right? We took plenty of my trades, but running the streams, it's been 2 years. Taking my son to Coney Island Aquarium tomorrow. Yo, they got that little 4D movie theater. Also, once you pass the liquor store and the gun store and the pharmacy and the second gun store, they got a really cool kids ride. Right on that same block. Brooklyn. Brooklyn. How to trade 2 accounts together. Stack, 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 stack. Breathe air. You're not wrong. What part of New York are you at? I'm not. I grew up in Brooklyn. So I was born in Coney Island. I lived in Coney Island. I was born in Ukraine, but I lived in Coney Island. Like my first place, and like I lived there for like, I went to school in Coney Island. I went to high school in Coney Island. I was there for, for a long time, like 20 years. Come back up to the boardwalk. No, I grew up at the boardwalk. Like I spent my summers there. You know where I spent my 21st birthday I celebrated on the boardwalk. How about that? I went, you know the restaurant Tatiana on boardwalk on Brighton 4th or Brighton 5th? That's where I celebrated my 21st birthday. Coney Island boardwalk. So wait, the 30 closed here. 30 closed. Little gladiator candle here. You see that? If we can get a bottom wick on this candle and then re-break the highs, I would not mind that. Remember how I said we need the next candle to create a wick? We drew it, and it happened here. It's created this wick here. If you can get a bottom wick and re-break the highs, we can take some position. Actually, no, we can't. I'm sorry, we're not above this level. Cancel that. We still didn't close above here. I thought we did. Yeah, if it drives up, because like this is the hourly, right? The hourly's got a nice bottom wick. If it drives up and fills the range, great. And I think that'll do us good for the next hourly candle. That's also going to be a massively bullish 4-hour closure. No bottom wick on this 4-hour, but it's only 27 minutes left in it, right? I don't think we're flipping now. Does every wick get filled? Oh, you mean like in the terms that we understand wick fills? Like you leave a wick, the next candle fills it? No. you can tell, we left a nice bottom wick here. Next candle created a top wick, but this candle never got filled. Price ended up going all the way back up. Got filled a little while later on a completely separate move. Everything is possible. Can you milk a cat? What movie is that from? Where he was trying to prove that he could milk a cat. Probably. Yeah, like meet the parents. Yes, meet the parents. That's right. He was trying to explain it. Robert De Niro's looking at him like, I remember that now. What was his name? His name in the movie was Gaylord Fucker. And his wife's name was Martha Fucker. That's a crazy name, Martha Fucker. Meet the fuckers. No, meet the parents was the second. Alright. Some rejectioning. Like, there's nothing else to watch now on TV. Like, this is the worst time. Like, once these finals are over, like, what am I gonna do? Just watch reruns? Seinfeld? What's there to do? I can't watch baseball. I'll fucking take 8 naps throughout the day. Take a nap an inning. 2004 was a legendary year. Passion of the Christ. Well, I don't know if that was a legendary year, then what about year 0? Like the actual year that the movie's about. That must have been a really wild year then. A little more legendary. Should have bought gold then. The Euro's in 2 weeks. That's right. I get to cheer on Ukraine. Bridget the Midget does Dallas. What the fuck are you guys watching? Jeez. That's what my ex-wife said? Well, I don't... Was she your ex-wife at the moment she said it? Neighbor's having a party again. Live band. Who remembers the show Weeds? That was a great show. You know what the problem was with that show? Like, she would get into the same trouble every season. Like, why does she need to get into the same exact situation every season and then be rescued from? Like, she would... That show was out, I think, when I was in, like, high school or college. Women's soccer is so funny. I'm watching it. Like, everyone without the ball is like, ah. As soon as they get the ball, it's like, get the fuck off me! Kick the ball, pass. They're so passive aggressive. Why are they like that? It's so funny. They're all like mean and shit, and one of them falls, and she's like, get up, Becky, your eyelash fell off. I can't watch women's soccer. I gotta fucking change this shit. I'm sorry. I tried. Should we watch America's Got Talent or the latest episode of Cops? I hate watching Cops because, like, sometimes you bump into people you know. And you're like, oh, that's what happened to him. I've been wondering where that guy went. Because this is Florida. Like, if you ever noticed, like 95% of the show Cops is filmed either in Florida or like Louisiana. Like, I'm not even lying. They showed an episode of Cops like a couple of weeks back. I was just scrolling, and it's the sheriff's department for Broward County Sheriff's Department, and as he's rolling, I literally see my daughter's school in the background on the right side as he's filming him. Like, he's literally passing my daughter's school. I'm like, wait a minute. What are you guys doing? Driving around like you're fucking Google Earth. Anything I should know to do in order to have trade gold in US? Yes, futures. Been in Brazil last 9 years. Have X. The key is where your passport is from. Where's your passport? Wherever your passport is from, that's the rule you're gonna abide by. People were sitting in day room in prison watching Locked Up, laughing. Mugs. Oh, I'm sorry, bro. I'll do it tonight. I'll do it tonight or tomorrow morning. I've been real busy. It's been my daughter's graduation today. People were sitting in the day room in prison watching Locked Up. That's crazy, though. Why? You live in it. was visiting Florida and a dude took off from the cops right in front of me. Yo, shut up. Shh. Shh. Morocco. Hello, Africa. A ring. A ring. I knew it was Wix. You know nothing. You know nothing, Jon Snow. Where are you located? Right near the beach, boy. Jim Griner. Any relation to Brittany? Sheriff's Department's watching your stream. Only fair you also watch cop. Are you a cop, Alexander? You come into Morocco in the World Cup 2030? No, but I am planning on streaking the 2026 World Cup. You got a hidden talent for making these thumbnails? No, you just got to be really creative and not lazy. Because if you can defeat your laziness, your creativity will shine through. Smoke a bowl, make a thumbnail. It's not that easy, guys. It's not that easy. Only been trading profitably? About 3 years. Tombo gave us a speed on how you shouldn't smoke or drink while trading, except if you're Wix. Yeah, obviously. Yeah, of course. I concur. What country is easiest to get a passport from? No clue. Google. How about that? Yeah, chat. He's making a hot boy right now. France, if you're from France, you have international passport. Yeah, but you probably have to, it probably takes some years to get a French passport. It's probably really quickly if you want to move to like Argentina or like St. Lucia. Argentina, no. I read somewhere where it actually takes the shortest amount of time to obtain your passport. Well, like this community is international. You guys should know somebody in another country that will let you use their information so you could trade under their name. Come on, guys, get with the program. You found trading. You know, I'm sure you could find scamming 101. Right? Fraud for dummies. It's got to be a YouTube video on that. Just marry a white girl. Hey, I know somebody that married a dude to get papers. True story. He's got a wife and everything. He had to marry a dude. Really weird situation. Passport, you got to find the balance between how much you want to spend and how quick you want the passport. Yeah, free now. Now and free. Come to my house and drop it off. And no, imagine kissing the bride. They had to like put pictures up of shit like that. It's crazy. Not that there's anything wrong with it, but like they had to like put the pictures up around the house, and they had to live together for like, they had to take vacation pictures together. Like it's a whole thing. They went on vacation together to have family photos together. And then they took like a whole bunch of trips together to like, this guy's fun. I mean, like it's either that or you get kicked out of the US of A. Just go to the border. It's open, but they're not handing out papers. Yeah. Shit. Wait till fucking Papa Trump comes back. Wait. Orange Man, some mean tweets. We're gonna have catapults set up at the border for everyone that crosses over, just to launch them the fuck back. Oh, you can come, sit right here. Bing! See you in a week. We will launch them right over that fucking wall. Eight minutes here for the 4-hour close. The hourly will close here. Look at this. The hourly went nowhere. Doji so far. But the 4 hours bullish and no bottom wick. If we can... Hear me out, gang. Hear me out. If we can come down... Well, number one. We need a few things to happen. We want a closure above here. Numero uno. Number two, we want a top wick. Number three, we want the next candle to break this area. If we can get a bottom wick below here, or to tap that area and then flip bullish after we close above here and leave this top wick, then we will be in position. Word, Angry Bird style, straight up. You know what? And we'll even open a little target on the other side of the border in Mexico, and we'll just aim for that. The target parking lot is just gonna have people splattered all over it. And once in a while, we'll hit the target. Shit, we can make a TV show out of this. Target could be the #1 sponsor. Like once a week, this would sell out. We get a sellout crowd right at the border. You guys wouldn't tune in? Forget tuning in. You guys would fucking pay-per-view that shit if it happened. I would. Yeah. You kidding me? I think Dana White would hop on board. Streamist, crack streams. Shit, we would have Donald Trump showing up, walking out to launch the first person every weekend. Just like he shows up at the UFC for the main event, we'll get the guy, the announcer from the UFC. And now, launching out of the red. Damn, I have literally Donald Trump just pressed the first button. It's time. Have the commentators talking while you see Buddy in the background putting on a seatbelt and shit. Don't worry, Cubans. You guys can stay. We're only talking about people at the border. We're only talking about people at the southern border. The Cubans are cool. I like the Cubans. You guys make good sandwiches and coffee, and you have a really funny accent that I like. Cigars too, yeah. He making coins with slap. Yeah, I'm telling you, we get illegal aliens launching across the border. Damn. We call that show UFO shit. 'You an immigrant? Well, if you ain't got papers, you need to hide behind some limo tent. Bars. Bars. Let me know if you guys need a ghostwriter. Wix is too, probably. Have you ever went to La... What? No. Oh, Cayoche, yeah. I don't know what La Esquina de la Fama. No, I might have and not known it. $100 seconds for a closure here. I don't know. We're gonna need a steep bottom wick. There's a chance, gang. The daily. Let's look at the daily. Oh, whoops, that's the weekly. Look at that. Look at that weekly top wick already. If we can come up, Because we're going to need to grab orders at around 23.27. And if we're going to need to grab orders there, I'm looking to see if maybe we can come up without a bottom wick here. And then we can look for sells on a top wick. But we would need to come up steep here. We would need to, yeah, 23.34.5 areas. So let's pay attention. Let's wait. Ideally, we can come down and grab a bottom wick and also close above here, but we're not. So far, we're respecting this area. 10 seconds here. You're 50-50 here, up or down. 60-40, you're bullish because of the 4 hour. Yeah, if we get to 23.34 without making a bottom wick, I will look for a top wick sell. Only a 60 pip top wick. Twice impeached, convicted felon, disgraced former president ain't gonna make it back to the White House. Shit. I bet you he makes it to the White House even if he's in jail. I bet you if he's doing time for those 34 convictions, he still becomes president and pardons himself the same day. Shit. Matter of fact, I'm willing to set up an escrow and put up some money on if he wins it or not. No less than 5 figures. He'll be in office regardless. Yeah, I wouldn't mind paying $1 for gas instead of $4.50 or $4 or whatever it is. I wouldn't mind gas being like a quarter, because my full tank is literally like 4 times, costs 4 times more than what it was under Trump. I'm also paying more in taxes under Senior Biden, under President Vegetable, than I am under President Orange Man. Hey, beautiful. Where's your phone? I don't know where your phone is. Give me a hug. Mwah. Go. I don't know. Oh, your phone was here earlier, but you took it. You were playing on it, and you forgot to put it on charger. So I don't know. Go find it. It's another room. I don't know. Check your room. It's definitely not in here. Yeah, the more they do, the more votes he gets. Like I got friends that don't like him, but because he got convicted, they've donated massive money, like a lot of money, to Trump. So, Mr. Orange Man will be back in office, and if it just so happens to be that he's facing jail time or is in jail, he'll pardon himself. But I'm sure no normal or judge will ever put him in jail, and if they do, I'm pretty sure the Supreme Court would step in and make sure it doesn't happen. The Gong Show that is Biden's presidency. Yo, Biden does not know where his feet are, or where he is, for that matter. Let's go, Brandon. Thing is, right? Trump was great. Everybody loved him. Not a racist. For 74 years of his life, he was the man. Everybody loved him. He was in rap videos. He was, you know, everywhere. Like, everybody wanted to be like Trump. And all of a sudden he becomes president. Racist, convicted felon. Meanwhile, he did a lot more for the black community than Mr. Black President Obama, Barack Hussein Obama, ever did. Barack Hussein Obama did way less. Did a fraction. Actually, did a disservice to the black community. But, I mean, that's just politics here. Chat, we got this bottom wick here on the 4-hour. Remember I said we'd want to break the previous 4-hour low? We got it. I just don't know if we closed above here. No, we didn't. But let's look at the level. I think if we break the highs, there's a chance for us to feel the range. But will we? I don't know. I don't know. If we don't end up driving up, we're gonna look for closures here on the hourly. Yeah, like, you guys should be wishing for Trump, regardless of where you stand, or regardless how you feel, which you shouldn't be feeling. You shouldn't be, the way you shouldn't be trading emotionally, you shouldn't be voting emotionally either. Right? You should vote not how you like, how much you like the person, or how cool they are. You should vote your pocketbook. Just a piece of advice for the rest of your life. Vote your pocketbook. But regardless of what happens, Donald Trump, or regardless of how you feel, Donald Trump was a fucking gold mine for the Forex community. He was a fucking gold mine. When Trump was in office, gold moved every day. A lot every day. He was a blessing for the Forex space. So I'd love to have those times back. Biden's not a good look for you guys? Yeah, the whole world's laughing. More than Powell, yes. No more politics. I agree. Man. It's like a discussion within politics. It's not really about politics. It's not like who does what. That's why I stopped that whole spiel I was about to give on Barack Hussein Obama. You want to see this launch, right? This is lovely on the 4-hour, and we have the range to come up. Can we? I mean, this is what we'll look like. How does that look like? Does that look like it would make sense? I don't know. On the 4-hour it would. On the 2-hour it would. On the 1 and the 30, I don't know. Especially with the 5 closing bearish. Can happen here. Yeah, I think that's what we'll do here, gang. I'm gonna have a buy stop here on the bullish flip of this 4-hour candle, on the break of the high of the 4-hour candle. Make sure you're accounting for spread here. It doesn't mean we're gonna come back up or re-break the highs, but if it does happen here, we'll be part of it. Couple of things. We need to close. Oh, it needs to happen now in the next 4 minutes. We can't close bearish here on this 15. Okay. The buy stop is right here. Really based off the higher time frame, off the 4-hour, expecting a steeper top wick on the daily. Does it mean it's going to happen? No. Just means there's a chance. It's got to happen in these 4 minutes. And we got to flip the tape. What am I looking for? I'm looking at the fact that we have a range on the 4-hour, a top wick created on the previous hourly that we should fill. And this top wick is, come on, this top wick is 8.5 pips. And then as we fill that, we're going to expect to fill to the top of the range 23.30 with volume. That's 20 pips. And we've also grabbed orders now off a strong support that you can see runs across the board here, right? So now that we've grabbed orders off of here, I'm not saying we will flip. That's in this case, if you're betting on if you're going to break the highs or not, you're likelier to continue down here than to break the highs. But on the off chance that you do break this high, if that happens, at that point you are likelier to tap this than you are to come back here first. Right? So that's what we're looking for after grabbing these orders. And now the previous 4 hours, you can tell, did not have a bottom wick. So this 4-hour has now created it. The issue becomes is if this doesn't flip in 2 minutes, you have a bearish 15 closure, and it'll be easier for us to then start searching for a sell to the bottom of the range before that flip happens. Stops. Well, let me ask you a question. Do you believe in ghosts? Well, that's kind of how I feel about stops. You can tell when he's in a trade because of how locked in he is. No, you can tell when I'm in a trade. When I fucking tell you I'm in a trade, I post it here, and the signal room gets a fucking signal. Whoever's in the signal room would know, like, they would call me out. No, they can see that I clearly have buy stops on the 4 hour. That ideology ever fuck you really bad? I mean, like, I close out 99% of my positions manually. Everything is manual. Like, I don't wait for stops to get hit, or like they're not even on my screen. Like, they don't, everything's done manually. If I'm not at the chart, that means my stops are at break even. The only time you'll see me not at the charts is if my stops are at break even and I have a runner, and that's the only time I can be not on the charts, when I'm in a trade. What would you do if the internet goes down? I would open up my phone, close the trade, and go smoke a fat Jamaican joint. $15 close bearish, yes. I'm gonna delete the. Uh-oh. The baby's crying. Well, she's not a baby anymore. She's almost 5. Why is she crying? Hold on a second, gang. Kiddo's crying. What happened? What is that? So why can't you give her? You want to put, what is it? You want to put slime in a microwave? What is it? You want to put dough in a microwave? You think it's gonna rise like bread? It's putty. It's not that kind of dough. Let her play, please. Give her part. Give her part of it. Okay, kids. Give it to me. Give it to me. Give it to me. Give it to me. No, I'm keeping it. If you guys can't split it, I'm keeping it. Yeah, that's right. Like that. We're gonna do the King Solomon here. You're either gonna cut it in half. That's it. That's enough. She's happy with it. It's a small piece. She's happy with it. Good. Enjoy. Oh, gang. You guys should have kids. You guys should have kids if you want to like argue with a miniature version of yourself. Have a daughter. You just had one? Oh, man. We're a rare breed, bro. Fathers of girls, we are a rare breed. What did King Solomon do? What do you mean? With the really? You guys know the story with the baby, with the two women that were arguing that it was their baby. And he said, all right, I'm going to cut the baby in half and you guys can each have. That's how he found out who the mother was, because the mother said, no, let her keep the baby. And then he was like, aha, and then gave the baby to her. Okay, hold on. Let's lock in your chat. There's nothing here for me. We didn't really reject off anything solid here. It's a funky range we're in. But if we are going to expect it to come down, we're going to need to come up to the previous resistance. 28.25. If we are going to look to hop in, not expect. We do expect it. You don't remember that story in history? You were out that day, bro. Stop skipping school. Use any of ICT concepts? No, I don't know any of his concepts. Who's high and smacking some Oreos? You are. Spaceman Sam is. When you started trading, did you see yourself teaching us in the future? No. I would never have even thought about it or guessed it. I just wanted to get good at this. And as I got good at it, there was demand for me explaining things. $30 closure here in 8 minutes. Looking for a buy? Yeah, if the 4-hour was able to flip. Sorry, let's get rid of this. This shouldn't be there. ST's watery. That's brisk, baby. Need some wick wisdom. I've been going through it lately. Don't stop, man. Don't stop. Long as your mind don't stop, the grind don't stop. Know what I'm saying? Keep going. Going through it. Keep grinding. That's why it's called a grind. That's just not easy. It ain't a smooth ride. Journey's so tough, but I learned to enjoy it. Yeah, you know what I learned? I learned to enjoy the ups and downs in my own head without sharing them. I've learned to take those wild rides internally. When you can internalize the whole experience, it just life becomes a little more clear, much more simpler. I literally take the worst of the worst, the biggest falls and the biggest rides. I do it everything internally. No one will ever know if I've had a massive day or like the worst trading day of my life. Like you won't know. It's just you have to learn how to deal with whatever it is, regardless of what it is, good or bad. You have to learn to deal with it and learn to deal with it internally so you can project the proper you out, not the emotional you. Health support. 15 bottom wick coming up. 30 closing. I just remember never being able to share my frustrations in Forex because regardless of how frustrating it was, like there was no way I could be able to express and pass along the feeling and the emotion attached to what I'm going through. Like even if I was able to articulate it, no one, like there isn't a person alive or that I know that would within their right mind sit there, try to understand it, or even if they tried, they would understand it. It's just a simpler experience when you learn to internalize it. It gets really frustrating, but at the end, you learn how to deal with your emotions and how to deal with yourself and keep yourself in check, and that becomes reflective then on the charts. Because how you get the habits you use in your life, it get reflected in like every aspect of your life, right? And that's one of those winning habits that I've learned. Two minutes. Like it's a tough battle, right? Like you go through some really harsh times, some really massive downs, and they're like instant. You never get like let down easy. You notice how they say like, "Oh, let him down easy." Like no, the downs here are massive and they're always in your face, and they like you get hurt to the like to the depths of your soul. Like you get offended by the pain, and there's just nothing you can tell anybody where they can feel your pain. They won't understand. And like, why are you dealing with misunderstanding? If you understand, then heal yourself and move on, right? Internalize it. "30 seconds here for this 30-minute closure." 15 closed bullish. If we can get a top wick, 23.28 and a flip, I can look for a position. While the 15 is closing bullish, it's going to close bullish here like a leg candle. Ugly range. 30 small wick. We're going to need a top wick because otherwise it's just an hourly flip. This is interesting because look, after all that in the first half hour of that candle, it's still held, right? We held support here. We closed above this area again. Actually, no, we didn't close above it, but we held support. Basically at that area. I would love to take the 4-hour break of the highs here. The re-break of the highs. I don't know if this is a top wick for us to come down. Look at this previous 30. If we re-break that low, we're heading down. So while the 4-hour technically is a stronger confirmation, it doesn't have a complete set of confirmations. Like, there's a couple of things holding me back. No closure above this area, number one. The bearish candle, the previous 30 closed bearish here, and this current candle doesn't have much of a bottom wick. So while this could be just a bottom wick for the hourly to flip bullish and drive, the probability of us being sure of that is a lot lower because of those few things. So once again, I still wait. I'm still waiting. Right? Is this the bottom wick for the hourly? Is this the top wick for the 30? And we understand, right? The higher time frame, the stronger confirmation. But even on the higher time frame here, it doesn't have everything aligned. Let's flex, chat. Let's go. Let's go. Just flex some biceps. It's good for you. Let's go. This ain't for the impatient. It's very true. So the 4 hours flip and rebroke the high, and technically should come up. As we said, that previous 30 closed bearish and has a steep wick to fill, and if it rejects here and starts filling that wick, you would be in a bad spot if all you're looking at is tunnel vision on the 4 hour. Yeah, it might go your way, but like the probability is less. Wait for the higher probability to be more sure. Well, no. I'll wait. I don't care if you do or not. My suggestion is to wait, but if you do or not, like how you trade's up to you. Two joints this time. Crisscross. Smoke to the right. Smoke to the left. Reverse, reverse. We're gonna need more weed. So look at that. The 4 hours flip, broke the highs, and coming back. The comeback. Still on a buy stop? No. Man, come on. Headphones, brother. We deleted that a while back. Wix 9. Chinese PMI in 10 minutes. Say it ain't so.
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care.
Would the gold go up or down? Well, if we knew that all the time, we probably wouldn't need to be here trading on a live stream. We don't know what it will do. We will adjust and hop on when we see it. Say something about Rick Ross. Who's the biggest boss that you've seen thus far? I like how 50 calls them out on everything. He was like, yo, why would you put that shit in a song? Because Ross is singing, put a Molly in a champagne, she ain't even know it. Right? And 50 was like, bro, like, why would you sing that shit in a song? Took her home, I enjoyed that. She ain't even know it. Why'd you put that in a song? All this Diddy shit coming out. Yeah. Many folders for New York session tomorrow. Okay, so we have 8:15 and 10 a.m. 2 red folders. Bragging? Bragging about what? Raping somebody? Date raping somebody? That's not really bragging. In my circle, we don't dap for that. We don't like, oh, you a G, bro. Nah. That's it. Like, pat on the back. Good job, bro. Like, the fuck are you proud of, bro? Ross wasn't lying. No, he wasn't lying. That's the problem. He ain't lying. He's singing about it. I used to be like, oh, cool shit back in the day. Now I got 3 daughters. I'm thinking about that shit. I'm like, nah, he needs to go to jail. Fuck that. Fuck that. It ain't bars. That's a confession. 100%. Straight cheese. Alright, so we reflip bearish here after flipping bullish. And no top wick. Chat, I'm going to take a sell right here. We reflip bearish. So I'm taking, I just took an entry position. Just as we flipped here. Hold on, let me set it up. Took a sell. Was 37.5. right? We don't have a, the biggest reason for this is we flipped bullish on the 4-hour, didn't drive. And now we flip bearish, and the previous 15 doesn't have a top wick. So I would expect us to fill the range down to the bottom of the wick here. Okay, this is the position we are in. Oh, this is the position I'm in. The position, our full TP target will probably be the lows here. Because if we were to come up, why didn't that 4-hour drive when it flipped bullish? You know what I mean? And if it needed more orders, it still hasn't grabbed those orders because this is where it came up from, basically. Three minutes here for this 15. But we got 20 minutes for this 30, or 18 minutes for this 30. Why is your stop loss so big? I don't have a stop loss. That's just, it's for here where I would be completely in the wrong direction. But like once we're above here, I'll probably manage if that is the case, because that's the 4-hour driving. That's not really what I want. I'm expecting, the thing is the 4-hour flipped, broke the highs and didn't drive, right? And the first thing it did then was come back and re-break the lows with the previous candle, no top wick. We know what happens when the previous candle has no top wick, no range, so it typically comes down bearish. And if the 4-hour broke the highs, didn't drive, and now we came down bearish with the previous candle like that, and the 30 closed bearish with a bottom wick, you're expecting, once that low is breaking, you're expecting to fill the wick down. Right, so there's nothing different about that trade than we usually do, and it closed back in range. But if the 4-hour flips and re-breaks the highs, then, you know, it's really not the best position you want to be in, but which it's doing right now. Did everything we wanted it to do. Everything we wanted it to do. You speak Ukrainian? Yes and no. I have a really broken Ukrainian. I'm not that great at it. This is a decent amount of orders grabbed. Let's see. Let's see how this 15 closes. 1 minute for this 15. And it's re-breaking its high, the 4-hour high. No bueno. No bueno. We don't want that. But I can't close because it still makes sense until this candle closes. And then it's going to need to close with a top wick above the range. lost Mojo and Jojo. Mojo, Jojo and trading. Yeah, this might come up here. Based on the closure, depending on the closure. I don't know. It's a strong push. But we don't have a bottom wick and we don't have a top wick on the previous candle. If we close above here on the hourly, I'll look to manage positions. But if we tap 2330 and flip bearish on this 15 candle, then I will have a pineapple. Okay? So if we tap 2330 and we're able to flip bearish here, I will have another sell. Steeper top wick for the daily being created. But the daily's massive, like you don't want to ride it all the way up, which is possible. Almost got there. Yeah, once this flips bearish, I'll add another position. Was that a 5 closure? No. It might not, because this is the rebreak of the 4-hour high. But if it does, I'll be in a position there. What's up, beautiful? Somewhere around there. All right. Are you sure you're not going to school tomorrow? Okay. Them inside candles get brutal. Yeah, they do. Three nothing, right? US just scored. I know, I see. I mean, they're just way better than everybody. I don't like this. Yeah, the stronger time frame has took over this. But why didn't it drive the first time? And why do we respect this area on the last 4-hour? So I don't know. We'll see. We will see. 15. 15. Five closed here yet? No. It hasn't. Alright, did we flip? Chat, taking another sell right here. Just took one as we flipped bearish. Same stops, same idea basically. No top wick to resistance. and a bearish flip, expecting this to be the top wick on the 4. Okay. Same stops. Everything is the same. It clearly flipped bearish on the broker. So let's see. Let us see. So it's created a bottom wick here, right? And it already has a top wick. If it's you want this to continue driving, so we know the candle should flip, give some bearish momentum. But will it continue driving down? We don't know. It's created a bottom wick. If it closes above on the hourly, then I'm start managing risk on the hourly. But for now, I have another position here. Yeah, you expect that flip to take you down here to the next support. Regardless, you typically don't reject off from nowhere to continue up. So I would expect this to come down here to grab orders before it comes up. Holistic view is the best. Let's go bearish, let's go. A lot's going to depend on this hourly closure. This might be a strong bullish hourly, but then you need a bottom wick on the next hourly. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. If we break high, not looking good. You can feel however you want about it, but I'm going to close based on closures and bottom wicks. Two straight candles that we had no top wick, came up, made a top wick, and then broke bearish to not drive. That's strong bullish momentum. Yeah, if it doesn't come down. But we are playing our probabilities, right? So probability wise, we're ahead based on those entries. It needs to be this 50. This 15 needs to come down. It's got to be the next few minutes. Otherwise, you're waiting on the hourly to close, and you're looking same thing. Top wick, no top wick. Look at DXY. It's kind of irrelevant to me. I don't trade based on the DXY. Like it's just noise. It's like a variable that I don't use. It would be the same thing for me as looking at a fib, for example, right? Or EMAs or SMAs. Like they're not a part of my equation. It's not a variable I use. A bit laggy. Oh, DXY a bit laggy. Yeah, it looks like we're re-breaking 4-hour highs. 6 minutes here for this candle to close. It's annoying. What's up, kiddo? Wanna play? I know. Well, Dad's in drawdown right now. She's sitting next to me. She's trying to hop on the computer and play. 5 minutes here, gang. We're either going to close above here and have a top wick, or we're staying in a position. Why don't you wait for candle to close? What do you mean? We did. We closed bearish on the 30, left the top wick, broke the highs for the 4-hour flip, didn't drive, and then broke bearish and flipped bearish here. You see there was a bearish flip after a top wick. Just made sense. That's it. Careful, gang. This could be just the bottom wick, I think, on the 5 here. So. It's painful to watch. It's drawdown. You're in freaking 25 pips of drawdown. Why is it painful? We've taken 160 pip stops before. You'll be alright. Just gotta understand the market needs to hit certain levels before taking off, and it'll typically, based on these closures, it'll typically hit them. And I expect 23, 24 before takeoff. It doesn't happen, doesn't happen. That's what I expected. $60 pips drawdown yesterday turned into 110 pip profit. Yeah, I mean, like, there's a plan. I'm going to execute according to the plan, right? As long as we follow the plan over a long term, over a long period of time, you'll typically, right, you'll be at an 80% win rate. And then depending on your risk management, that's where the profits come in. Follow your plan. 2.5 minutes here. I wouldn't say this is great, because even if it closes here below this area, you're still above the most recent, and the most recent can give you enough volume to finish out the range up. Minutes here for the closure. Let's see where this makes sense. Risk management takes you from that 70 up to that 80, 85 area. It's not a volume without at least small bottom wick. I mean, I understand it as we need to grab orders here before any drive. And I was really looking for the hour. I don't know if that's the level or this is the level. I think this level is a little better, but the hour, I was looking for the hourly to give us a no top wick or more of a leg candle, but it's got a top wick here and it's above the most recent. Understand? Closing in, yes, the hourly's closing in 30 seconds. It's a lovely bullish hue. A leg candle? No, like a leg candle, like a bigger wick than the body going the other way with no top wick. Alright, so we just closed below here, but you want a top wick first if you're going to come down. If it comes down, it closed below the overall, but it closed above the most recent, which means it can come down, tap the most recent, and drive up. So be prepared. Closed let, not really. It's got a top wick. It just closed at a resistance. It can be a really small bottom wick here if it's going to drive up. It could tap this area here and drive 23.30 flat. Because of that, it's a strong bullish hourly closure. It's not a favorable closure for us. Yeah, you see above the most recent, and the last 5-minute candle of the last hourly also held that most recent. Very interesting. So I'd expect to see a bottom wick before a drive, but if it drives up, then I'll wait for closures above here, and then I'll look for closures. But I expect a bottom wick before any kind of drive, especially after closing at resistance. Daily pivot. I don't know. We'll see. Do we have a top wick? Yeah, we have a top wick now, so it's coming up. This is what you'd expect to see if you're going to come down. You would expect to see a drive up before a bearish flip. But if it drives up and stays up there, then I must manage risk. But you would expect this. You would expect a break of the previous high before a bearish flip whenever you respect resistance. So at this point, we wait on a closure. Next risk management has to be done with closures. Closure belosure, or it depends. It depends. The candle, what does it stand for? I mean, it's the way a candle prints, but it was just it came out of a joke during one of Donvo's streams. How do you know if a wick is a rejection wick or a wick fill? You don't know it off the rip. You don't. There are nuances that can tell you, or that can help out your analysis, like where you've closed the wicks on previous candles, what price points you've tapped, right? But there's nothing that tells you, oh, this is going to get filled or this is the rejection wick. You can guess with high degree of probability. Been to sell from 24 and 29. Okay. No, it needs to re-break its own low here. It's we've had a closure back below on a couple of candles, but it's not doing that. Created a top wick. We spent the first 8 minutes of this candle, of this 15, creating a top wick. Can we come back down for the next 8 minutes? Let's see. What level would be the break-even point? Probably the first entry. I'd probably close most of the position from the second entry and leave a small runner. But it depends. We have to close below, and there's still 3 minutes left in this 5 minute. There's still some time left in this 15. We haven't grabbed any orders to the downside, which I expect to do, but remember I said we don't need much of a bottom wick. It's going to have to re-break this bottom wick, because the bottom wick it made, it bounced off this little small area here, which we can drive off. Close no top wick, flip bearish. Closed with barely a top wick and at a resistance. Came up, broke the previous highs, and then flipped bearish again. Like, all these things, all these nuances tell you that you should come down for a bottom wick and grab orders. But it's not doing that, so. There's a 6-second delay on streams. I see a 4-second delay on YouTube. But if you want delay, you got to join Zoom. Zero delay, like zero spreads on futures. Flexing all over the place. I'm not sure if that's fun. Where's your sisters? To bed? I went to bed. What do we have? How are we printing? Yeah, 5 held here. I think we're gonna get this closure of Bozier. The way I took it at lower time frame breakout to the upside. Yeah, I mean, honestly, if we didn't get in on the break of the lows on that 15, if it didn't break the lows, we would be on the rebreak of the highs on the 4 hour. And I definitely wouldn't have had runners. I would have closed expecting a bottom wick. I probably would have closed at this resistance here. Just expecting a steep bottom wick here on the hourly. And with the closures that we've had, the 15, the 30 closing with no top wicks, and then the hourly closing at resistance with barely a top wick, yeah, we would have definitely been out. But ugly, yeah. 3 minutes here for the 15. It's not 2 losses in a row. We ended up actually in profits yesterday night. We had a small loss and a little bit of a bigger win, but still been a long time since 2 straight days of just closing at an L. So I don't know, will we? For now, we're holding resistance. Two minutes. This is edging. This thing is edging. Yes. I don't know. Look, all these candles respected resistance. These are all 5s. Yeah, the 15 is looking like a gladiator candle. So this is what I will do. If we come down and grab a bottom wick and break the low of the previous 5 and then flip bullish, I'll probably close on the break of the previous 5 high. But if it starts coming up, if it comes up first thing, I'm not closing until we get a bottom wick here. $15 seconds here. Whoops, sorry. I was reading it's clearly going up at the 1 minute, but yeah, it's going up based on the higher time frame, not because of the 1 minute. Like you'll see it going up on the 1 minute, obviously, but it's driving up because of the higher time frame, which takes over here. The issue, I'd want this to come up first, create a top wick, and then come down. Because if it comes down, creates a bottom wick, and then flips bullish, we'll close the position. If it comes up first, flips bearish, higher chance of us coming back down in range. Okay, top wick. Yeah, I'm not closing anything here. I mean, you guys can manage risk if you want. You closed again. It closed against us and it closed in outside the range, but I'm not closing anything here. I don't have confirmation of orders to drive, right? Why don't you tell exact entry and stop loss? Join the signals. Exact entries were 2329.33 and 2327.5. Oh, hold on a second. My daughter's sitting next to me. When will 4-hour candle close? In about 2 hours, 3 hours, in 3 hours from now. We've only seen 1 hour of it. Yeah, if it continues up here once, then I'm gonna have to wait on the 30, and you know, I gotta close it out logically, according to the plan. Did you say puke trader? It sucks, right? It sucks being in drawdown, but we've done this for a couple of years. Like, stop getting upset over it. 20 pips of drawdown, 40 pips of drawdown, 80 pips of drawdown. You're getting, there's no way one trade should impact your life in any significant way. But being disciplined and following the plan should. And yes, I see it driving against me, but I don't have the closures against me that would tell me, hey, like, now you're completely in the wrong direction. Only that 4-hour entry. And we have no bottom wicks and no top wicks on candles. They're tiny wicks. So what are we filling? What ranges are we filling? We're slowly trickling up. And when that happens, I'd expect a pretty significant bottom wick or a drive down. If it comes up, it comes up. If it decides to drive straight up, straight as stops, it can, right? It's clean range to the left, but long term, what I've learned is no matter how much it feels like it's the wrong way or how much it looks like it's the wrong way, like, you gotta do things according to plan. because long term that's what plays out. Once I deviate from plan, even if I'm in a losing position and I deviate from a plan and I close it not according to my plan, then I can't use this and say, hey, this was back tested sample size. No, this is just then me managing out of emotions. Yeah, it might save me some pips managing out of emotions, but it's all about staying according to the plan. It's not really driving. It's pushing, it's trickling, but every candle you see, there's no strong top wick, bottom wick, drive, strong top wick, bottom wick, drive. No, it's just the candles are trickling up. Yeah, I get it. It doesn't look pretty, but it is what it is. Hold on a second, gang. Hold on. Neighbor's cooking some good shit. Why think you gold can jump with positive Chinese PMI when you know Chinese market bar cove? They need to be more invested. I'm just scalping here. I know you're talking long term. I'm scalping. Another closure with no top wick. See what I mean? Like, it keeps telling us no range, no range, no range, and keeps pushing up, which means it's probably grabbed a lot of orders, which I don't expect. Like, I don't expect a push like this for Asian. I expect it to come back. Baby, come back. So many viewers when you're in drawdown. That always happens. You guys know. I think there's somebody that posts when I'm in drawdown and like people show up. They literally wait till I'm in drawdown. They don't post when we got runners or where we got 2 or 3 winning trades. Wick sitting drawdown. Boom, they show up. $30 closure in 5 minutes. These fives are gonna keep pushing. They enter when you're in drawdown, big profit. You guys have figured it out. Hey, you can do that. Hey, if the pineapples hit often, but not the original, you can build your strategy around that. People like watching others deal with adversity. Me too. I like seeing people under pressure. I mean, that makes for good viewing. People under pressure. I'm the same way. W content? Yeah. And trust me, I don't do it for the content. I mean, if people are copying your trades and crying, but if they've done that, 28 times prior. I've had 120 pip losses, 200, 180 pip losses. They've all happened, and I've come back from every single one of them. Three minutes. Clean range here to the left to go up, but once again, you still expect orders to be grabbed. Don't just expect to drive and drive and drive, which it can, but you just don't expect it. It's not, you know, it's not what probability dictates. Damn, bro, that beard. This is my playoff beard. Orders are a little higher than your stop. I don't have a stop. This is for visuals. We're not looking to hit these. I don't have. Oh, whoops. Hold on. Move that over by a sec. I don't know. 2 minutes here for this 30 to close. This closes with no top wick. I'm gonna leave this open, and we're gonna wait on the 15 after or the hourly. Why not accept the loss? I will once my plan tells me I can accept it. I mean, I can explain, you know, this all day and just beat a dead horse, but like most of you guys know how I trade and where I enter and why, and when I close and why. Gang, there's no top wick here, there's no bottom wick here. Usually in these situations, the next candle comes down to break the previous candle low to make a decision to continue down or flip bullish. That's what typically happens. There's a lot of bullish momentum. No top wick. So my position is still open here. You would have already closed at 10 pips if it was a buy though. Okay, yeah, I mean like, great. Hindsight is 2020. I took a sell, I'm in drawdown, and I'm managing it according to my risk management. Any trades going on? Yes, we're in drawdown. We are in drawdown. 60 pips and 30 pips, or 60 and 40. Must be hard not showing emotions while trading. Shows your experience, win or loss when you're following your plan. Yes. I mean, it's not pleasant. Like, I get a shitload of DMs, right? Like, win or lose, I always get like a whole bunch of DMs, and especially after a loss, I get flooded. But I'm used to it. Like, I know they're coming. Sometimes the trolls get content. Sometimes, you know, we have a plot twist and we win. There's a chance for another pineapple here, but this hourly would have to come back down in range. Yeah, either it has to come down in range or it'll have to drive up steep here. Another 40 pips and then flip. Jeez. Yeah, we're gonna come up a little more, a little more. I understand loss, but for average 10 pip reward, you will go down this much drawdown. I wouldn't say average 10 pip reward. It's not true. Hey, I've had like 8 or 9 runners in April. I typically get like 1 or 2 a month. We had like, I think I've had damn near 10 runners in April. If you're trading to avoid losses, yeah, I'm trading not to have losses. I'm trading to win every day. If I'm still in a position to avoid losses, no, I'm in a position because I haven't had my my plan tell me to close yet. Right? And we can look at it. Like, the previous hourly closed at resistance. This hourly didn't give it much of a bottom wick, and every closure since then has closed with no top wick, indicating not much range. What I'm saying is losses are inevitable and learn lots from it. Yeah, losses are inevitable. We've taken 28 losses here on stream previously. Some have been small, some have been big. But what I can say is they've all been according to plan. And at the end of the day, when I think about how I executed, it's not about did I win or lose. It's really, did I execute my plan? Did I take the loss according to my plan, or did I take the loss while deviating from the plan? Rejections incoming? I don't know, because we'd need like 40 pips of rejections, right? I don't know if we're going to have that 40 pips come down now. But there's a chance if the hourly comes back and closes in range. Today lost a lot of trades, then hopped on stake, lost even more. Now I'm drawdown. Fuck, I'm gonna be homeless right after this trade. I'm gonna start asking. This is the lows that we spoke about. Remember, that trading takes you to. This is all part of the journey, all part of trading. This is how trading is. It'll take you to these lows, where that's how you'll feel. That's just what trading will do for you. The 1-800 got clapped? Yeah, I gotta call my own hotline. Trust me, G, we're all going through similar situations. Lost 4K back in 34. Yeah, it's like it's a long journey with a lot of ups and downs. And even when you're good at it, like you think the ups, it's all ups. No, even when you get really good at this, it's still ups and downs. You just have, you know, more highs than lows, but it's still an up and down road. It's never straight up. It's never like invincibility. A lot of trading influences make you believe it's always sunshine and rainbows. I don't see too many trading influencers trade live. And maybe they do, I don't know. But I just don't see many of them, you know, putting their reputation on the line to trade live in front of people. And you can't, like, they're all scammers. That's like a really blanket statement, right? You can't say that like everyone is a scammer either, because that's not necessarily true either. And if you want to be, like, you know, respected in conversation, like, let's be honest. A lot of scamming in the industry, yeah, but like there's a decent amount of traders also. Those 141 wins usually 10 to 20. Okay. A good 10 of those losses are less than 10 pips. You know what I mean? How much they pay you to scam? Nothing. Make me an offer. I'm a free agent. Make me an offer. That's the beauty of what I do. I don't depend on you. I don't need to depend on a customer, and I don't need to depend on a client, and I don't need to depend on a boss or an employee. Just trade. You're okay in my book. I love the backhanded compliments. Oh yeah, you guys, some of you guys have been here way before the clubhouse. $1 for all your school keyboards, take it or leave it. I gotta leave it. I have to leave it. Hey, Javier in the house. Nice jersey, bro. It's a good color. I like that color. What is that? Is that your jersey? Or is that like, is that your league? Yeah, that's a nice color. Chat, if we re-break the highs here, I'll close out the positions. If this decides, it has a top wick and it's got a bottom wick. If we re-break the high on this candle, I'll close. That's the color you want your dream car to be? Yeah, that's a dope color. I like that color. What is that? What color is that? Cyan? Cyan? Cyan color? One minute for this 15. Come back in range. Oof, that's tough. That's tough. The 15 had a chance and it respected, gang. It had a chance to come down here. This could be a bottom wick for the 30. If it is and we start flipping bullish on this 30, then we close out. Not just bullish, we're gonna have to re-break the highs. Yeah, so if we re-break that previous 15 high, I will close, but I don't have a stop there. I'll do it manually because I don't want to get taken out with spread. I want to clearly break that high, then I'll close it. All right, but if we close back in range on the hourly, then we keep it open. It's about 20 pips here, 25 pips. Because look, this is good that it created that bottom wick, because now it gave you, now you understand, it gave you a chance to come down, right? It'd be tough if it never came, flipped there and never gave you that chance to come down and went straight up, because then you're thinking, all right, there's a chance that could reflip bearish. But it gave you a chance here to come down, made a little top wick, come down. So it's either going to come down or you're going to end up closing bullish or re-break the highs. We can't close bullish. In 13 minutes, we can't close where we are right now, because that would be the hourly closing above the range. Looks like you chose a good Asian session to miss. Yes, Hank. Congrats. Damn, baby Hank. He's no longer baby Hank. He's chilling Hank now. He's make the right choice Hank. He didn't show up here on time. Damn, Hank. Why don't you tell us? He's paid out, Hank. 11 minutes on this hourly candle. It's got to come down, flip bearish. If it doesn't, then like we're most likely managing risk here in 10 minutes. Can't have the 1 hour close no kind of bullish. Like I said, at least now you know it's according to plan, because look, you've tried to come down here. You've tried to come back in range. If it does that, great. If it fails, then you have a plan. We have a plan of action. This 30 breaks the highs, we're going to close. So this hourly, yeah, the hourly re-breaks its own high. It tried, right? It tried to come back in range. Once that fails, again, probability of the trade goes down. Closure above here, definitely probability goes down. And if it closes like this after that bullish rejection here on this candle, like, then we probably have to close as soon as the candle closes, or as soon as it breaks this high. It spent the first half of this candle making a bottom wick. Next half of this candle, it's driving up. Might as well hold to the moon. No, we're gonna hold for a closure, and it's either gonna be back in range or it's gonna be a break of the highs and we're out. Very, very simple. Very simple. It becomes very simple. Let's look at the range now. You are calm. I mean, what do you want me to do? Panic? If I fucking panicked, you guys, and probably if I was new at this, right? If we was new to this, not true to this, we probably would be panicking. Just the plan. It's out of my hands. I just got to execute on what the plan says. 1 minute for the 5. So the 5 is bullish here. If it closes like this, there's a chance you come down for a bottom wick and start re-breaking. Start re-breaking those highs. What would Roger do? Probably close the stream right here. I don't know. Just jokes. I don't know what Roger would do. So 5 closed bullish. Remember, any bearish momentum here can just be a bottom wick for the 5. It's our last 5 of this hourly candle. Yeah, looking like we're gonna have a close. 3 minutes. 3 minutes. Even if it closes here, like the hourly will have a top wick. And the problem is we've grabbed orders. Right? We've grabbed a bottom wick now. So you might not see a bottom wick. You might see a just drive back down in range and then, right? But chances are that because you've already grabbed this bottom wick and these orders, if this is how you close, there's a high chance you're driving up straight through to the highs. We might be out of this trade before the hourly close here in 2 minutes. 1 minute. Any reason you not hold it with the understanding daily is going to need to come down? I think the daily is going to need to come down, but then again, I'll hop on it after it comes up here and grabs orders at 23.37 if it does, or once it closes back in range, right? I don't need to catch the exact range that it's. Well, we have a leg candle here. Oh man. That's a strong closure. Yeah, gang, this might pop. I'm gonna close right here. Hold on, I haven't closed yet. I'm gonna wait for this bottom wick or a rebreak of its own high. I'll tell you right now. The 30 closed like a leg candle, but we have, yeah, I'm going to close right here. Okay, I'm going to close out my positions because here's the thing. I just closed. This should come up for a top wick and flip bearish. But to come up on the top wick, I closed minus 60 and 40. Oh, shit. Position. But once it comes up for a top wick, that top wick is really arbitrary. So, I mean, this is how steep it'll be. And another 30 pips. So what might happen here? The only way I get another position tonight is if this candle comes all the way back down and closes back in range here, back below 23.30, or if we're able to come up without a bottom wick here all the way to 23.35, then I will look for more positions. So if this drives up straight to 23.35, I'll start looking for positions. Or if this comes down and closes back in range. It's a 100 pip loss for me today, gang. total with the 2 pineapples. It's a 10K loss for me. On this trade, just this trade alone. The reason I'm not holding is just that rejected with a lot of momentum at the end, right? So I think if we come up for a top wick, it could be a pretty steep one. 23.37, another 40 pips. If it can come up there without creating a bottom wick here, maybe a sell at this area on a top wick, understanding it's got to come down, or a closure back in range. It's annoying. I haven't had 2 losing days in a while. Well, yesterday was a winning day, but today's definitely a losing day. Yeah, there's that push up. We still love you. I mean, yeah, I love you too. We still love you. You're not part of the family anymore, but we still love you. Did you lose in New York? No, I had a W in New York. Signal Gang had a W. I wish I could say I'm annoyed, but I'm not annoyed. Like, I entered to the plan and closed out according to the plan. The only thing that's arbitrary for me is how steep this top wick will be. Clubhouse been eating, yeah. How often you check it out? I check the clubhouse every day. I mean, I don't know. It just doesn't look like a position for me here immediately. It's going to be a little while. We're going to need a few candle closures. Yeah. If this starts coming down, we're going to need a closure below here because it attempted, right? Remember we spoke about it. It attempted to come down and it held this support. So now if it attempts to come down, we're going to need a clear closure below here. And if it closes below there, then I'll look for a top wick and a sell. But with this rejection here at this area, the only thing we have going for us is the fact that there was no top wick. But now you have one, right? This current new hourly has created one. So if you come down here, you have range to fill to the upside. Anyway, gang, I think I'm gonna call it here. Yeah, there's no point here in chasing that loss. It doesn't make sense. Sleep it off. Excuse me. I'm gonna go smoke it off. So congrats to you if you were late tonight. Drop a like if you learned anything today. I know there's a loss, but in every loss, we still find value. There's still value in discussion. Don't tell me, oh, it was a loss. The hell can I learn from a loss? We probably learn more from losses and drawdowns than we do from wins. Because the risk management is more often discussed in a loss than it is in a W. Learning day is a W day. Fuck American Airlines. Yeah, gang, I'm gonna call it here. Loss number 29 on the year. What did you learn from this loss? Well, I planned that loss out according to my plan. So I stuck and executed according to the plan. I hope you learned something. Even if I took a loss, I hope you learned why close, where close, Hope you learned the fact that I didn't enter a trade without having a risk management plan, and the fact that I know what I'm going to do in every situation. I know what I'm going to do in drawdown. I know where I'm going to close. I know why I'm going to close. Nothing is arbitrary. Everything has a reason for it. And if everything has a reason and an explanation for it, it becomes very, very simple to repeat, right? It's just a game of probabilities at that point. If you win 80% of the time, 90% of the time, right? It's just about repeating your plan. You leave room to account for that 20% of losses, right? You leave room. That's why I'm not full margin every trade, because you always leave room for a possibility of a loss. Obviously, you're not inviting it. You don't want loss, but there's a reason you leave room. There's a reason you manage risk. And you know what? It's the positions you enter and trade according to plan that are going to decide if you're able to move on to the next stage, right? The next stage is really, are you profitable or not, based on your risk management. But before you can come to that decision, are you profitable or not based on your risk management, you have to have a plan. That's 29 for lifetime, not this year. Yeah, that's 29 losses for the last 2 years. Loss number 29. I love you, gang. We're gonna be back. See this, like this, the reason I closed. That's remember I said the previous candle, that might have been the wick, even though this hourly closed with not much of a top wick. You're looking not at the candles at this point, just the way that price moved and what it's done. So it's come up above the range, came back, respected support, bounced off of it, and rebroke the highs. Chances are you don't need a strong bottom wick. You're just gonna fill the range up. Okay, bro, invest in something every time I lose. I invest in something like my indicator, algo, RSI. I'm gonna execute the same plan tomorrow and the same plan day after that. We can say this though, we've never had 3 days in a row with a losing trade. We can say this though. Do not fucking full margin tomorrow, all right? Use better not full margin tomorrow. Yeah, that's the session, gang. Calling it here. And yeah. That's it. Boom. Clubhouse, everyone in the Zoom, appreciate you guys for coming through and supporting my drawdown. You guys are awesome. Some real ones. Chat, love and wisdom to you all. $18 to join the DGen delegation with all this news tomorrow. What are you going to do? Buy an Apex account? Oh, man. Yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow in the club. I don't know if I'm going to be on Don's live. I want to get my trading over with, and then if anything, then I'll hop on Don's live. Mods, thank you for sticking through the drawdown with me. Congrats to everybody that managed risk. And if you didn't manage risk and didn't close out and you're letting it ride up in this clean range without having a reason for letting it drive up. Like, I had a reason. Did you? Made my girlfriend pay for dinner so I can buy more accounts. Why don't you just make her dinner and have her buy the account? I don't know. I'm tired. 100 pip loss. We're gonna go to bed. We're gonna smoke a J, go to bed, recover, and be right back at it first thing in the morning. This thing might flip. Look, it's actually grabbed a pretty decent level here. Look. That wick across the board. But even then, it only bottomed out here. So you want a closure back into this range in order to take more sells. Chat has been lovely. That's my time for the night. All right, I'm out. Let me get us some outro music that just played. All right, and let's kill it tomorrow. Had plenty tonight. Yes, fifth touch off the bottom as well. The way those go, stop loss the lows, target the highs. Yes. All right, gang, I'm out. That's my time. And just like that, another Asian session is in the books. Good night, everybody.